Welcome to Tech Talks podcast. I'm your host, Sanskriti Kadam, and
I am Krishisha. Today we are with us Parth Gupta, who is a seasoned freelancer who specializes in LinkedIn ghostwriting and digital marketing strategy. He's also a founder of Networking Nexus. Welcome, Parth.
Hi. Good to be here. Welcome. Hi, guys.
can you tell us about your journey as a freelancer and how you ventured into LinkedIn ghostwriting and digital marketing?
Yeah, so it's been 1.5 years, I suppose. And I was a student back then. I was just pursuing Bachelor's of Commerce, and like regular students, it wasn't my niche or like do something nice, something creative. So I just researched about LinkedIn and digital marketing and got to know on that there's a thing called a digital marketing strategist, and this field exists. And I found out my passion here. Other than that, I also when I was venturing into this space, I collaborated with NAS-IO and I also created my community. Fortunately, it turned out to be more than 1,000 members plus, and lots of CEOs and everyone came to join in. Other than that, yes. So basically, I learned everything on my own. I joined a course by Sahili Chatterjee. She's a very cool girl and she's also a freelancer. And then I got to know on how things work, on how you can get clients, collaborate with people. And yeah, it's been a pretty like good journey since. So yeah.
That's amazing journey, Parth. So, what inspired you to create Networking Nexus community and how it
Yeah.
evolved over time?
Yeah, so when I started with zero people, and I did have my team inside it, but I did not know how to create a community or even like community like these exist. So there was like to be honest, there was no inspiration. It was just a thought. Ki one day I will create my own community, get my own following, everything. And then I started just sending random messages to several people at once. You join my community, it offers this, it offers that. I created a proposition pura thing. And yeah, slowly people came to my community, people started finding other people, exploring things. And right now, as I told, it's more than 1,000 plus followers, and I met a lot of people. I think I met you in the community itself. And yeah, there are a lot of people which I met. Some of them turned out to by my clients, and some of them were just to explore. And yeah, it's been a pretty good community, like, so yeah.
Amazing one. So, how do you approach crafting those compelling LinkedIn profiles for coaches and entrepreneurs?
Yeah, so I have my whole Notion sheet planned, and I send like a questionnaire to my clients on what do you want me to do. I do think that clear communication is very important in the first approach and in every meeting that you do. So what I do is just send the questionnaire on how do you want me to do and what is the kind of post that you are looking forward to. Then I select my strategy on which will work for the target audience best. And you can't have a specific strategy which works for everyone. You need to reiterate, and then you need to recreate those profiles. You need to experiment a lot, and this is something that I excel at. So
So, you have met with so many LinkedIn professionals and all. So, what's the common mistake that you find they do that the most?
so the clients, uh, yeah. So I do think the common mistake is basically just judging. I mean, selecting the wrong people, and sometimes I do think that clients are hypersensitive about the deadlines, about the. So let's say there's a client named X, and I met with someone. He told me that he needs around 15,000 followers in a month, which is practically impossible to do so, because then you will get banned and everything. And this is something I think the clients, they make these mistakes. They think that if someone is at let's say a follower base of 22,000 or maybe more than that, then it takes time to do that. But that is, that is just how it works. But clients do not understand that. They just compromise on the deadlines, and sometimes you also have to, be evident. Like, the communication is the most important part, as I say. You need to be very, and you need to tell them that this is not how things work, and it takes time to do things. So yeah.
So, in your opinion, how important is this storytelling in personal branding, and what makes a story resonate with an audience?
In my opinion, to be honest, like, storytelling is the most important part, because if you go on Instagram or on LinkedIn, personal stories are something that works best. When you tell that, you have failed at something or you have excelled at something, you personalize it for people. That is when people resonate with you. They like your post, they share it, they comment on it. That is something that works the best. They won't get you any leads and you won't convert any clients through it, but you can gain a huge follower base there. So that is something that works. Like, it is the most important part, creating the right stories, adding the right components, the Indian things, adding the right masala where it fits in. And yeah, and what was the second part? I just missed out on that. Like, you spoke the
Yeah, like
second.
how does it resonate with the audience? Like it should connect with the audience, right? The
Yeah,
storytelling part. So how?
definitely. So basically, you do not need to write a whole article about something, or not just like, random sentences. You need to understand on how your target audience thinks and how you think and how it connects the journey with one person to the other. So you need to write a, let's say, a 200, 300 word story wherein you incorporate some characters and wherein you tell people that you have, worked hard for this thing. And yes, that is basically how it works.
So, what's your journey in digital marketing and what are the strategies that you apply?
So my journey in the sense is basically, it's a not like a, very much popular story or something like that. It's just that I was a student who turned into digital marketing cause पढ़ने में मजा नहीं आ रहा था, something sort of that. And right now it's going great. Like, on the digital marketing space, I work in LinkedIn, I work on Instagram, I work on Twitter, and I've collaborated with clients on various industries, be it ship management or the SaaS industries, or let's say the people who work on ghostwriting, etc. So yes, it has been a great journey.
So as you mentioned, like you are having a community over 1,000 members. So building such community from scratch, and what were the challenges which you would have overcome?
Yeah, so like, there were a lot of challenges. Matlab, starting mein, I had actually, so when I went online, on public, on posting about my things, venturing into digital marketing space, so I had a lot of negative feedback. And the thing about negative feedback, especially online, is that it can be, immediate. So I had like lots of setbacks. People are saying your community is not worth it. It took me around 2 years to form my community. I made connections with lots of people. I studied a lot. I read a lot on how things work, on how community works, on how you can, collaborate with multiple people at a single time. So it was very difficult, and some people, like, right, say to your face that we don't want your community, or this is bad. The community is not worth it. We came here to network and we got some other thing. But the point is, you need to learn how to deal with these setbacks and move on. And that is what I did. And right now it's going great. The community, everyone I have, like, every day I receive positive feedbacks from a random person saying that I met this people in community, and I met with this CEO, and yeah, right now it's good.
That's great. So, how did you balance managing a team of professionals with delivering results with your clients?
Yes, in the starting it was very difficult because I had no idea, and I was very young. I think I was 18 or 19, something like that. So I did, however, managed a team of 7 professionals. I got video editors in my team. I got SEO guys in my team. But getting it in your team is not something, to be proud of if you don't know how to manage it. So there were times when, I had deadlines to complete, and then there was communication error. I couldn't delegate the task on my team. I couldn't assess my team strategically on how, they work. And that in the starting, it was very, very difficult, if I recall. But in the end, after some months, I got to know each other's capabilities and what tasks to delegate to them, and then how to communicate the same thing to my client, how to adjust the deadlines. So yeah, slowly it worked out, and it's like you need to figure it out on your own. You can't be just like, I will read books on leadership and team management strategies. That does work, but in the end, it's all about execution. So yeah.
Yeah, it's like amazing, I must say, your strategies and everything. So there must be something about collaboration which would have came into your path. Like sometimes you would have crossed the, okay, now I need to collaborate with someone. So have you done any such collaborations? And if yes, then how did you foster the innovation within your team to reach to that
Yeah.
collaboration status?
Yeah, so I've done a lot of collaboration, and in today's, like, especially at this point of time in 2025, we have to network with as many individuals as we can. And it's not only that. So suppose I'm in digital marketing space, I need to network with the people only in digital marketing. Just network with random people all over, and you will get to find something new. Not, I'm not saying that everything's going to be good and going your way, but yes, you need to network. And how I networked was through, especially through my community and through my LinkedIn. And I met with a person who was from Mumbai, and she got me, I think she got me 3 to 4 clients, and she taught me a lot of things. And this wouldn't have been possible if I hadn't networked. I reached out to her. I wrote personalized emails, personalized messages to everyone. And out of the 100 times that I wrote, I only got 10 replies back. But in the end, it was worth it. And this is the engagement rate that you will get if you send out 500 emails. So there's a 10% probability that you will get, 50 of them back. And then only 3 or 4 people will convert, 3 or 4 people will network. And that is what I taught my team also. Slowly, I figured out the strategies on how to do lead generation, how to network with the right approach. And then I passed on to them. Then they also networked, and that is how we got more and more clients.
So you have seen LinkedIn evolving over the years. So what are the key factors, yeah, key changes that you observed there?
Yeah, in the starting, as any usual platform, hashtags used to work, and this is something I would like to, highlight, sort of thing. That hashtags were the primary focus of Instagram or LinkedIn, whatever. But right now, it's not working. Any social media platform you look at, hashtags work up to an extent, but after that, just stop working because everyone's using them. Right now, LinkedIn's the best way to, gain followers on LinkedIn is to actually go with the selfie approach. You just post a selfie of your own, or just a random photo, and then put a whole story behind it. And yes, obviously hashtags, you put your hashtag, but this is something that is primarily going on LinkedIn. You put your selfie there, and then you write a story about it on how you would like to pursue and how you would like to, just resonate it with people. Other than that, right now on LinkedIn, since October or mid November something, the videos are trending, especially these new form videos where they use a lot of graphics and animations. And if you use your videos on LinkedIn, since it is new, not every person is using it, so you will get a lot of followers, and I think you will gain a lot of connections within a very short period of time since it is new. So it's like hashtags when they were newly, invented, or let's say newly came on Instagram, Twitter. So everyone was not using it, and that's why they worked. And right now, the video approach, it's on LinkedIn, on Instagram, there is Reels, and obviously, it's everyone is using it. But on LinkedIn, not a lot of people are using it. So these work up to a great extent.
So can you share a success story of a client whose LinkedIn presence transformed under your guidance?
Yeah. So I cannot name the client specifically, but yes, what happened was we worked with him for 6 months and we designed his LinkedIn space, we designed his Instagram space from scratch. Right now, the Instagram followers are 50,000 plus, I think. And it took a very short time, like 6 months is not something, you can say that you will reach 50,000 followers first. We had a target of 25,000, but then again it just reached out exponentially. And on the LinkedIn there are, I think, 10,000 followers. And yes, that was something we did. We designed his videos, his reels, and then his content on how he would go with it. So what we designed, what was the strategy for us on LinkedIn was, we separated the post according to three categories. One was the personal post, second was the strategic post that was based on lead generation, second was the how to post on how did the client go from this to this, or how did he gain followers, what was the journey there. And that is how we set up the content calendar, and slowly we started building upon things, commenting on other people's posts, networking with other people, sending random persons DMs. And yeah, the community base got to 10,000 followers, I think, in 7 months, 6 to 7 months. So yeah, that was somewhat an achievement for us as a team properly, because we were new in that space. We had just begun. I think it was 2 3 months prior to that. So yeah.
That's a great achievement. So, as a professional who is currently improving his digital marketing strategy, what are the key resources that you would suggest?
So for LinkedIn, I would suggest Taplio. That is something that works to a great extent. And for the productivity, if you're looking workspace where you can manage your teams, where you can manage your time, your calendar, all your things. So I think Notion is something that works the best. I have been using it for the past 2 years, and it has been a like wonderful app for me. I can access it from anywhere. All of my data is stored there. And yes, Notion is something that I love. Other than that, if you are looking for the latest keywords, so let's say you are on Instagram and you need some latest keywords on the SEO part, so SEMrush and Google Analytics are some tools that works the best for your website. Also, Google Analytics is something, I mean, obviously you can use a lot of tools, but the primary tool you would like to use is Google Analytics. It gives you a detailed expression, detailed story of how your tools are, how your keywords are working, how much your backlinks are working, and everything. So yeah.
So how do you measure the success of your own digital marketing campaigns?
So I do have some tools that I use for my digital marketing campaigns to track the engagement rates and the posts, the engagement rates on the post, the reels, and how much comments are we getting, how much likes are we getting, everything. But I think it's majorly about, at the end, it's about how much leads are you converting through your profile. It's about how much money you are making. Not in the start, you need to focus on building relationships. That is, so if in your start you're focusing on making money or getting leads as soon as you can, that won't work in the long run. You need to focus on building a community that thrives on trust and stability. You need to build posts that resonate with your audience. And we measure success primarily through that. We see how the posts are going, if the content that we are making are resonating with our audience or not. And then we try to convert them into our leads, into how much can they offer for our business. And yeah, that is how we measure, primarily through success and then through leads and money making.
Uh, so you have met with people with a lot of different audiences. So how do you encounter or how do you tackle those people?
I think the right key, I mean, the main thing to handling these people or networking with people is communication. You need to prove them that you are worth it, because in today's world it's just that everyone, I mean, people do want to network, meet with the random people, have fun, have chit chats, but in the end it's all about what can you offer the other person. And let's say if you are someone who has a low skill or you do not know anything, but you need to sound smart. The key is to actually sounding smart. The key is to communicate effectively with the other person, to tell them what can you offer, to tell them how you can benefit the other person. And slowly if you develop the skill the right pace, so it works best, it works phenomenally well for you. And for that you need to, like, the thing that worked for me was reading books. So I read a lot of books on communication, on psychology, and that is how I communicate very well with lots of clients.
So how do you identify and attract the quality leads for your clients on LinkedIn?
So most of our leads primarily come from the strategic posts that we are building, and the followers that, let's say if their clients, let's say it has 5,000 followers or 6,000 followers, the follower base comes from the personal stories. As I said before, when you build a post, you post a selfie and then you write your own story. That is how you get lots of followers. The second thing is to do strategic posts, to actually use a proper hook and then a CTA, call to action, in the last, on where you will say that the clients, you will state explicitly that this is something that you are selling, or this is something that you want to do, you want to network, or you want to create something new, and you need people for that. So that is how we approach. We create those strategic posts in a way. We write the hook that resonates with the audience. The audience see the whole post, and we write a call to action in the last, that this is something we need to go for, and please reach out to us if you need to collaborate with us. And we see the response rate on that, that if people are actually connecting, reaching out to us, if the response rate is good, that means the post worked, the strategy worked. But if the response rate is not good, that means your post has failed, and then you need to experiment more and recreate more on the strategy. So yeah, rework more on the strategy.
So basically, managing different multiple LinkedIn accounts must be tiring. Like maintaining the authenticity for a particular account would be a bit difficult for you. How do you do that?
Yes, it's way more tiring than it seems. Even if with your team, you need to manage different profiles, and you need, so since the clients belong to different industries, the post can't be the same for all of them. The same story that resonated with the audience can't be for all of them. So what I do is basically on Notion and on different workspaces platforms. On Trello is also a very good platform, by the way, for your workspaces. So what I do is I design different workspaces for my teams, for the clients on where they work, and then I connect like a team member with the client and establish clear communication. I think that is the whole key. That is something I've been talking for this whole podcast, that you need to communicate well with the client as well as your team member. Your both the ideas should get in one place. The client should also agree with the same thing that you are suggesting. And when you are managing different clients across different industries, you need to create separate profiles for separate persons, and you need to manage your time, you need to schedule your things. And if you schedule well, plan it out strategically, your things are going to go just fine.
So can you elaborate on how you help your client monetize their own LinkedIn profiles effectively?
Yeah. So what I think personally, like what people have the notion that, if you reach to a certain follower base, let's say 5,000 or 10,000 followers, then only you can start selling your products, you can start selling your services. But according to me, that's not true. I do think that you need to reach follower base of, let's say, 500 or 1,000 followers, and then you can start selling your things. It's not that you need to reach a 5,000 or 10,000 follower base. You can start with a minimum follower base of 1,000. It will take 1 or 2 months to get there, but after that, you can just design your post in the three-way approach. the monetization one, the lead generation one, and the personal stories for attracting different kinds of audiences and converting leads. And when you start it, after it, you need to experiment a lot more than what I said. But still, if you start with a follower base of 1,000 and you start going on selling your products, your services, offering them to random people, then you will get to know on how to reach out more effectively, how to convert more leads. And it's a journey, as I said, from 1,000 to infinity. So yeah.
Sky is the limit.
Yeah.
So, what's the role networking has played in your career, and what would you suggest to upcoming digital marketing enthusiasts?
Well, my primary suggestion would be to actually find a platform, whether it is LinkedIn, it's WhatsApp, it's Instagram, it's Twitter, any social media platform wherein your niche is there and you know how to create posts, know how to resonate with your audience. Stick to it. Don't go out finding several niches and moving to random platforms one by one. You need to give it time. Start it and then go on. So what networking Nexus, like, it played a huge role for me, and right now also it's giving me a lot of opportunities. It's giving me a way to network people, to drop my message to a random audience all over India, and now international people have started coming in, the CEOs, the founders. So in the start, it was just bunch of random people exploring things, finding out. But right now, what it is doing is helping a lot of people. It is giving out the right job opportunities, and I regularly get messages. Yesterday only I got a message that your group gave me a job opportunities, and I get called connected with this client. And yeah, this is something of a personal achievement for me. The LinkedIn way is actually, wherein I regularly try to get more clients, get monetized. But the networking Nexus is like a company to me, wherein I meet a lot of people. I just, just people randomly come over and ask me something, then they want to network with someone. It has been a great platform, especially for me as a person. So yeah.
So what's your vision for networking nexus in the coming years?
Well, I have, like, the limit for the networking Nexus has been to, I think, 1,024, maybe 1,030 members. I won't go above 1,200 because it's very difficult to maintain. And I think the limit is that only. After that, right now, I plan to create 10 more networking Nexuses, like getting different people, giving freelancers an opportunity to connect with their clients, giving the job seekers an opportunity to connect with their clients. And it's not something that I will monetize out of, at least in the short term. My vision is not to create money through networking Nexus. My vision is to help people to connect random persons with the actual ones that are good in their field, that are professionalized, and they are, they can give the right advice to people. And yeah, this is what I plan to do, just getting more people to explore and to help them in the way I can.
So, what's that one piece of advice that you would give to upcoming entrepreneurs?
Just network is the most important. I mean, communication is the next thing that is important, but start networking with people. If you are someone who is just starting out on any platform, be it just cold calling or email marketing or any platform, you need to network. Just network more and more, and you would go way beyond your limits. And someone rightly said that, I just forgot the name of the person, but he rightly said that marketing is something that doesn't look like marketing. So just go out there, sell yourself, and yeah, you will do okay.
So, we will start with rapid fire questions now. Like, we will ask you a question, you have to answer in a word or a line.
Done.
So, the first question is LinkedIn or Twitter?
LinkedIn, anytime.
A morning person or a night owl?
I am a night owl, but yeah, I'm a night owl.
What's the one book that inspired you the most?
Psychology of money. That is how I connected and networked with people.
Your favorite productivity tool.
Notion.
What's that underrated skill in digital marketing?
I think persistence is something that is underrated. You need to wait for the right time and your follower base will go just fine.
So the one thing you do daily for self-growth.
Networking with my community, just connecting with random persons, chit chatting.
Success in one word for you.
Again, I would go with persistence because you need to just stay a lot longer than you suppose. Stay in the timeline and you will get your rewards slowly, slowly.
A dream client or industry you had loved to work with.
So I think Jasmine Alec is someone I would love to work with. He is one of the top marketing enthusiasts on LinkedIn, and yeah,
The best advice that you have ever received.
marketing is something that doesn't just feel like marketing.
So thank you, Parth, for coming on the podcast and giving up your valuable time and also sharing your ideas with us and our audience. And we hope that we get also connected with you a lot. So let's meet in the next podcast. Till then, goodbye and